What's up, everyone? All right, here we are, Monday morning, back in the saddle, and I'm locking up another green day, up just under $20,000, which is my hot market daily goal. So, as you guys know, I had a big loss last Tuesday, and I'm working on the recovery. So today was day 4 of Trader Rehab, kept things kind of moderate, dialed in with share size. I ended up trading 4 different stocks. I'm green on all 4. So today is very similar to last Wednesday. There wasn't one single stock that I crushed the way we had that nice $40,000 winner on Thursday. It was just a little bit of, different stocks on the scanners and getting a little bit of profit here and there. So let's break it down, starting with STI. Okay, so STI, as of right now, is our second leading gainer in the market. It's up over 70%. And this morning, it had an interesting rally at about, 6 in the morning, squeezed up here, and then gave it all back, right? So a full retracement. Then it kind of rallies back up, and then pulls back again, then back up, then pulls back, and then squeezes up here. And so my first trade on it was actually right in here. Let's get zoomed in on this candle. My first trade was a loser. I lost $700 on it. And we're going to go back here. We got to get, let's see. So my first trade was right here. So this ends up popping up, pulling back, popping up right here. And then as it squeezes here, I initially was like, I don't know, I think it's due for a pullback after this this little sort of doji candle, little topping tail. I thought, okay, we're due for a pullback. And then we broke through 1140. And as we broke 1150, I said, I'm taking a starter for the break of 12. And the reason I did that was because this looked to me like an obvious reversal point. So I thought shorts probably were short against that level, and breaking through this high would force short covering. So as we broke through that level, I was looking for a squeeze through the high of day. But what ended up happening was, we came up here to the top and we end up double topping to the penny at 1187. So I didn't take profit. I end up getting stopped out, losing $700. It dips down, and then immediately it pops. It pops right back up here. Then it dips down again. Then it comes back up again. And as it dips right here, I ended up getting in for the break of 12. So I bought on this little pullback right here to anticipate this break, because at this point we were getting really what I would consider to be close enough to, a large cup, not a perfect one. And then this is the handle, that little consolidation. And so I got that trade there. We got the break at 12. We go up to 1250. We pull back. We go up to 1320. We dip down. And then right here, I was very tempted. I was like, okay, is this going to squeeze? And it broke only by a couple of cents. And then it rolls over. And I was like, that's it. I'm out. I sold the rest of it. Couple topping tails up here. The stock was just kind of tricky. And so, yeah, it was weird. But I locked up $8,600 on it. That was my cushion. That got the day off to a good start. So I was like, all right, solid. Okay, so next trade after that, ATON. You can see I made $1,500 on it. ATON hits the scanners. There's a news headline, and I jumped on it pretty quickly at 888. It ends up popping from 888 here, and I kind of got in right there. I was anticipating the breakthrough 9, and it goes up to 950, up to 10, and I took my profit up there. Small size, small winner, light volume. So a little risky, but went with small size. I probably wouldn't have taken that trade if I wasn't already green on the day. It was a little bit risky would have been risky for a first trade, but for the second trade after having a cushion, I was okay with it. So then the next stock was CHNR. Now this is a Chinese stock with no news, so I was very cautious about it. I thought, I just don't know if it's worth it. It ends up popping up sort of early right here, and I was like, nope, I'm not trading it. It pulls back, it pops up, it pulls back, and right here I was like, it's tempting, but I'm nervous. It's got no news, it's Chinese, I don't think I could trade it. So I end up not trading it. It goes all the way up to 850, up to 9, pulls back, then it shoots up to 10 right here. So it dips down. As it curls back up, that's where I got a trade right there. And we squeezed from 950 up to 11. So that was pretty good. Then it dips down, and as it curls back up, I got back in right here. Hits a high of 1150, and then it flushes back down, and I gave back $5,000. So I was up about 10,000 on the stock, just under 10,000, and I gave back half of the profit. That was a pretty big rejection here against the double top. So I'm still green, and that's what I said. Look, hey, you've still got a little profit on it. Don't worry about it. You knew this was choppy. You knew it was risky. At least you got some profit. So let's just move on. Don't overtrade it. Leave it alone. So I didn't go back for it, left it alone, moved on to something else. So the next stock that I traded was NDRA. Now, NDRA is a stock that we have traded before. It's been on the scanners, a number of times over the years. Had some news out, it started popping up, and we got this consolidation, and then it kind of started to pull away right here. Now, I ended up missing the best trade of the day on it, which is really annoying. It just is the way sometimes these things go. But so let's look at my first trade on it. So the first trade is around 8:15. So let's see, where is this? Right, so I got in right here for the break of 11:50, and we got this double top, and then this squeeze through the high, and it goes up to 12. So it was a small winner, and then it pulls back and it ends up ripping, and I missed this rip from 12 to 14, of course, and then it pulls back. So I only made $3,700 on it. It wasn't a big trade, but a little bit of profit, and with that, I got myself to $18,668 on the day, and that was it. No trades in the small account today. Why? All the stocks I ended up trading were a little higher priced. And, I'm still in this drawdown, so my mindset right now is a little bit more focused on the big account, trying to make steady gains at recouping those losses. I obviously had a big loss on Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, managed to recover about half of it. So now, if I can have a couple more days like this, I'll be back to basically flat on the month. That's not what you're looking forward to in the middle of the month, but it's where I'm at right now, so that's the focus. If I was not trading in the small account, if I was not trading in the large account, if the large account didn't even exist, then by default, I would have taken these trades in the small account with small size, 300, 400 shares, which is what I would have been able to afford. And I probably would have made a little bit of money in it, but I just didn't feel like I'd get as much bang for my buck. And right now, at least today, I just felt like get a couple trades in the big account, start to, make more meaningful gains at, recovering the drawdown, and then you can switch gears and focus on the small account. In the previous weeks, when the large account was in such great shape, I was focused a little bit the other way. Let's get a couple trades in the small account first, and then we'll talk about the big account. But, this is just the spot that I'm in right now. So grateful to be making some profit, and in reality, I could be in great shape on the month if it weren't for, that one momentary lapse of judgment, taking way too much size on a $35 a share stock and then losing about $188,000 is how much I lost in total on that stock. So, hey, you live and you learn. At least I lived, and I'm working on the recovery. So tomorrow will be day 5 of Trader Rehab, but hey, maybe I'll get a trade in the small account as well. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already checked out a 2-week trial here at Warrior Trading, 2 weeks for $20. You get to watch over my shoulder while I'm trading, access to the chat room, plus you get access to Day Trade Dash, the scanners, the charts, the news feed, everything. You get your own installation, so you really get to see what it's like to use the software. So make sure you guys check it out, and I'll see you here first thing tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Reminder, as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical, so please manage your risk, take it slow, and I'll see you in the morning.